So in the last class, we talked about the PPF for both the home country and the foreign country. In this class, we will be deriving the Autarky equilibrium. That is, what is going to be the equilibrium in case if there is no trade, and how do you get the equilibrium price with trade, right? So let me just draw the indifference curve for the home country and the foreign country. So for the home country, I have wheat here and cloth here. And this is going to be my indifference curves, my community indifference curves, you might say, or whatever, my indifference curves. So the higher the indifference curve, higher is the utility which I can achieve. Higher is the indifference curve, higher is the utility which I can achieve. Now, what I can do is that I can superimpose the PPF out here. So I hope you remember the PPF, which we have drawn in the last class. My PPF for the home country. This is for the home country. My PPF for the home country looked like this. No? $50. So it was wheat here, it was cloth here. And I just asked myself that what is the highest community indifference curve or the indifference curve I can achieve given this PPF. So is this the highest one? No. This one is the highest one. This one is the highest one. So where the home PPF is going to be tangential to the indifference curve, community indifference curve, or the highest possible indifference curve, that is your Autarky equilibrium, that is no trade equilibrium at this particular point, right? At this particular point, we can call this point as A, and we can call this as home no trade equilibrium. We can call this as home no trade equilibrium, right? And this guy was home PPF. This guy was home PPF. So this is the point of no trade equilibrium at home or Autarky equilibrium. Okay. Now, if you look at the home country, in the home country, let's talk about wages. There are two kinds of industries. One is the wheat industry, other is the cloth industry. So where do you think that the workers would be hired up to the point? So the workers are going to be hired up to the point where the wages are equal to the value of the marginal product which they are generating. So if one worker can produce, some X units of the commodity, and you will have to, and that unit of the commodity is going to be paid or is going to be sold at some price. So I can think of, for example, what should I say? That supposedly one worker can produce 1 unit of the commodity, and I can sell this 1 unit at 2 rupees. So I will be at least employing the worker up to the point my wages are equal to this thing, 2 into 1. No, I'll be employing it up to that point where my wages are equal to 2 into 1, although I would want to give lesser than that. But if I give you lesser than that, you might go into some other industry. That's not what I want. So I would want you to retain you to my industry as well. But for that, I will be employing up to the point wages are equal to 2 into 1. You're getting the point. So if every worker is producing, let's say, 1 unit of the commodity, every unit of the commodity could be sold at 2 rupees. So ideally, I would want to give less than this 2 into 1. But I know that if I give you less and if you get the opportunity somewhere else, you might go there. So I can increase the wages. So for that thing, what I'll be doing is that I'll be employing up to the point where wages are equal to this. If you ask me more than what 2 into 1 is, I'll say no, fine, I'm not going to employ. I'm the employer and I'm not going to employ up to that point. So as far as wages are concerned, so whether it is the cloth industry or it is the wheat industry, I'll be employing it up to the point where wages are equal to P into MPL. P into MPL. So whether I say this in terms of the cloth industry, right? You can say PC into MPLC or whatever, or I might say this in terms of wages in the wheat industry. Wages in the wheat industry. But you also have to understand that the equilibrium would be maintained if the wages in the two industries are equal. So supposedly, if the wages in the cloth industry are more than wages in the wheat industry, wages in the cloth industry are more than wages in the wheat industry. And because labor is perfectly mobile across the industries, then labor is going to move from the wheat industry towards the cloth industry. Labor would be doing that. We have assumed it that labor is perfectly mobile. So labor is going to move from wheat industry towards the cloth industry. And we have also assumed that both the kinds of industry, whether it is a cloth industry or the wheat industry, the two industries are hiring the same type of workers, aren't they? So the labor is also completely homogeneous. Labor is completely homogeneous. So wherever the labor is going to get the better return, labor is going to move towards that industry. Labor is going to move towards that industry. So wages will be equalized across the industries. That is also correct. Equalized across the industries, right? So I am giving WC in the cloth industry. I am giving WW in the wheat industry. I have also given you the reason. If WC is greater than WW, then all the workers will move from the wheat industry towards the cloth industry. Why? Because they're getting the higher return in the cloth industry, right? So ultimately, what should happen is this. So PC into MPLC, it should be equal to PW into MPLW. So I can write this as PW upon PC equals to MPLC upon MPLW. MPLC upon MPLW. Beta, what is this MPLC upon MPLW? Remember this? This is what the slope of the PPF is. No? Slope of this PPF was what? From the earlier recording. You've seen this? Intercept on the y-axis upon intercept on the x-axis. That is 50 upon 100. That is equal to half. And if you write this in terms of this thing, this is what MPLC into L bar upon MPLW into L bar. This is what MPLC upon MPLW. What is this? This is the slope of PPF. And this guy is the relative price. This guy is the relative price. This guy is the relative price. So this is about the, what do you call, the home country. So, acha, what is the slope of the PPF in the home country? Half, 50 upon 100, right? So the relative price in the home country is what? Equal to half. What about the foreign country? What about the foreign country? Let me just draw it for the foreign country as well. So for the foreign country, I guess it was 100. No, yeah, the PPF was 100. You have wheat here, cloth here. The slope of the PPF is 1. And similarly, you can also draw the community indifference curve for the foreign country. So is this the highest community indifference curve given this PPF? No. This one is the highest one. This one is the highest one. And I call this as A star. This is the foreign no trade equilibrium. This guy is the foreign no trade equilibrium. And similarly, you can also write it for the foreign country, as you have written this for the home country. As you have written this for the home country, you can write the similar thing for the foreign country also. That is, the wages have to be equalized across the two sectors in the foreign country as well. So that is WC star equals to WW star. That is PC star MPLC star equals to PW star PLW star. So you guys can get PW star upon PC star is MPLC star upon MPLW star, right? But what is MPLC upon MPLW? That is what the slope of PPF, and in this case, it is coming out to be 1. In this case, it is coming out to be 1. So you have what? You have what? This is the case of the foreign country. This is the case for the foreign country. So what do you have? Without trade, relative price of wheat is half in home and it is 1 in the foreign country. Please write that. Without trade, relative price of wheat is half in home and 1 in foreign country, right? And 1 in foreign country. So what will happen? Can you just think of it in this way? All of this is without trade, mind you. All of this is without trade. Now, supposedly, you are sitting at home. You're sitting at home. And you said this, that let me take, what do you call, you start with 1 unit of cloth in home. So you have 1 unit of cloth. And with 1 unit of cloth, you can get 2 units of wheat in the home country. No, that's what it is. Where is this? Yeah. 1 unit of cloth is equivalent to 2 units of wheat. Fair enough. So take 1 unit of cloth in home country and buy 2 units of wheat in home country. Okay. That's it. Fair enough. So I have now 2 units of wheat in the home country. Now, take 2 units of wheat in foreign country and exchange it. So in foreign country, 1 unit of cloth is equivalent to 1 unit of wheat. So if you take 2 units of wheat in the foreign country, you will be getting 2 units of cloth in the foreign country. And get 2 units of cloth in foreign country, right? Take this cloth back home, again exchange those 2 units of cloth in the home country and get 4 units of wheat in the home country. Take those 4 units of wheat in the foreign country and get 4 units of cloth in the foreign country. So you can repeat this exercise. Are you getting how the trade is going to happen? This is what you call as arbitrage. This is what you call as arbitrage. So what you are doing is basically that you are exporting wheat from the from the home country, and you are importing cloth from the foreign country. So what we are doing, so we are exporting wheat from home country and exporting cloth from foreign country, right? We are in a way trading according to our comparative advantage. So home country has a comparative advantage in wheat, while foreign country has a comparative advantage in what do you call in the cloth. Foreign country has a comparative advantage in the in the cloth, right? Just think about it. One more thing. As you are going to export wheat from the home country, right? So the quantity of wheat which is going to be sold in the home country is going to fall. Supply of wheat is going to fall in the home country. When supply of wheat is going to fall in the home country, the price of wheat is going to increase in the home country, no? Right? So what is going to be the pattern of international trade? What is going to be the pattern of international trade? So you can write it like this. In the home country, we are exporting wheat, right? So wheat sold at home country falls, right? This will lead to the price of wheat rising in the home country. So the moment your supply is going to fall, there will be the scarcity and the price of wheat is going to rise in the home country. But when you are exporting wheat to the foreign country, then at the same time, the supply of wheat in foreign country is increasing. So the moment its supply in the foreign country is going to increase, the price of wheat is going to fall in the foreign country. That is also true. This is simple, demand and supply. So what has happened is price of wheat is rising in the home country and price of wheat is falling in the foreign country. Let's look at about the cloth. For the foreign country. Foreign countries exporting cloth. That is true. So the cloth sold at foreign country falls. That would mean there is a scarcity of cloth in the foreign market. So the price of cloth is going to increase in foreign. But the moment foreign countries exporting cloth, the supply of cloth in foreign country increases. Sorry, supply of cloth in the home country increases. When supply of cloth in the home country is going to increase, then what will happen to the price of cloth in the home country? Price of cloth is going to fall in the home country. Price of cloth is going to fall in the home country. Don't you think that you started with PW by PC equals to half in the home country and PW by PC equals to 1 in the foreign country? No. If PW is going to increase and PC is going to fall in the home country after trade. So after trade, in the home country, PW is increasing and PC is falling. So this would mean what? This would mean PW by PC is going to increase. This is happening after trade in the home country. In the home country. What happens after trade in the foreign country? PW is falling in the foreign country and PC is increasing in the foreign country. So what are you seeing? This PW by PC is falling in the foreign country after trade. So this pattern of trade will be there, or it will keep on moving till the point the relative prices are equalized across the countries. So the free trade equilibrium, when is this all going to stop? Is going to stop at the free trade equilibrium. Right. When the relative price of wheat by cloth is the same in both countries. Is the same in two countries, right? So what will happen is, that is free trade price of PW by PC is going to lie between half and one. So it is increasing from half and it is decreasing from one. So the free trade equilibrium price of PW by PC is between the price of half in home and price of one in foreign country, right? Price of one in foreign country. It's going to be like this. So the free trade equilibrium price is going to be between half and one. This is going to be between half and one. This is what my free trade equilibrium price is. And this is what we're going to do. This is what I wanted to do in this recording. Thank you, beta.